There is a lot of hype around this game. This is Manor Lords. It's described as it's a city builder like City Skylines and SimCity, but it's got survival aspects, a lot like Banished. Apparently, it's also a real-time strategy game that has warfare elements to it. But the demo is out on Steam, and I thought I'd like to give it a try and see if this is a game that I would like to at some point actually purchase and continue to play. I have worked with it a little bit, and I can go ahead and tell you I'm loving what I have experienced so far. The thing is with this demo is you cannot save, so you can play it, and then once you quit the game, you've basically quit the game, and you have to start from the very beginning. But I wanted to sit here for a while. I've got my cup of coffee. Let's, of course, I'm not going to do an entire city. I want to get a village up and going. Maybe spend a few hours. I'll break it up into a couple of episodes. But let's get another look at this. If you've never seen it before, I'm happy to bring it to you. But let's get started here with a new game. So the only thing that is unlocked in the demo is the city building portion, which is the portion that I'm most interested in. When the actual game is complete and released, which I believe is next year, um, of course I'll try out all of the different aspects. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about a city builder that also has battle within it, but you never know. But I do know that I am enjoying what I have experienced so far. Don't want to spend a ton of time on this, especially because of the fact that once I leave this, it's gonna be it'll be gone. So let's see here. But it would be nice to at least have a nice crest. Let's go with let's go with that. What I want to do is, I think I want to, especially when the game actually comes out, I want to go through the different levels. So let's double our starting supplies, and that'll help me to also be able to kind of narrate what I'm doing without having to really focus in, because once again, this is all about survival. Apparently, this game was created by one individual, which blows me away. Um, the look and feel of this game is absolutely incredible. So, this area outlined in red is my starting territory. It's randomized, so each time it's going to be a little bit different. Really, what the big thing that I'm looking for is, what do I have that I can get, and I've got wild animals. That indicator is wild animals. Wild animals there. Wild animals. If I was over here, I would also have berries in addition to wild animals, but that is not my area. So let's get started here. New message. Establishing a foothold. We need to construct several things: a granary, a logging camp, hunting camp, and a storehouse. Not going to go to this information over here. Really does not pertain to the early game that much, from what I can tell. A lot of this information does not either. What is important is my timber. That's very important. And then what's also important is how much I have as far as food and fuel. And as you can see, winter. So winter is going to be coming at some point. Want to make sure that I'm prepared for that. Down here, it's March, and I like this. It kind of tells you what each season, what you should be focusing on. But it's March. We're just now going from winter into spring, so we've got time. But let's kind of get started here. I want to pause. So here is where my people are staying. They're homeless as of right now, homeless tents. This is the hitching post with my ox. And then these are my supplies, bread, firewood, tools. And in here is some timber. So we're starting out with 10 timber, and we're gonna need more. But let's get an idea here of, so we want to be able to get animals. That looks a little bit closer. Animals over there as well. So let's do this. Let's make a road. And this is a tutorial on how to create roads. I think I want to make a very basic enclosure here. Let's go here. And roads, there isn't a cost for the roads from what I can tell. I don't see anything going down. That's a good start. Now we've got four things that we need to make: a granary, logging camp, hunting camp, and a storehouse. If on this map there were wild berries, instead of the hunting camp, it would be a foraging camp. But first thing we need to do is we need to get timber. It's a nice area here. Let's construction. Logging camp. Kind of like that spot. Those cliffs, I don't know if I'm going to have enough trees. And you see it says uprooted trees. I would be uprooting trees right there. Uprooting 3 trees. That's 1. Let's do right here.
Come on, people, get to work!
The other thing that I'm going to need is the store house. And the storehouse is where I'm going to be storing my wood. It's also going to be where I'm going to be storing tools. So let's put that in close proximity.
Come on, people, get to work!
Let's start the game. So I have 5 families, and what that really means is I have 5 men, and these 5 men are what I have to start out with. So this guy is going to be getting the ox, and it's going to take a timber over to my logging camp, and you can see where it shows kind of that icon, and that will start to fill in as they're building it. And there's where my storehouse is going to be. If I have not told the men what to do, if they are unassigned, then they will work on construction and repair. So they are going to be heading in this direction once this timber is dropped off. Excellent. And here comes. There's 2, there's 3, and 4. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a lot of fast forwarding, but I really want to just kind of relax and have fun. The graphics of this game are incredible. So, Peter, Hans, Heinz, and Linhart. I kind of like the group approach, so I want everybody to work on things together. Now, while they're doing that, so supplies. So what I want to do is let's get and the reason why I want a road is when I start moving my supplies, if they can use a road and use kind of a cart. Let's see if anybody has a cart. I don't think anybody would have a cart at this time, but it's going to expedite getting my supplies. Doesn't take too long. As you can see, they're closing in on finishing the logging camp. I'm not fast forwarding. All right. The other thing that I need is a granary. And this is where I store my food. So the storehouse is for my tools and wood.
Let's go, people!
And that is where I'm going to store food. Now, while they're doing that, that's a good distance to get to those animals. These animals are a lot closer. much closer. So let's do a road. Now, this circle, I do not want to encroach on the circle. From what I've read, the animals will migrate away. So I want it just close enough. What I like about the hunting camp is it does not require, there it is, hunting camp. It does not require wood, timber. Let's do that.
Get to work!
So they are nearly finished with the logging camp. Excellent. Now, because timber has already been dropped off, they're going to go and immediately start working on the storehouse. And then, as long as timber has been dropped off here, they will come here. If by chance, and it's not going to happen because they just started working on the storehouse, but if by chance the wood had not been dropped off, they would head over here and start working on the hunting camp. So we have a year to do these 4 things. It's still March, and we are nearly finished with the storehouse. But yeah, I was blown away when I found out that this was designed by one person. I need to look into that to make sure, but I heard it enough that I believe it. But I'm just stunned. Excellent job. Okay, wonderful. That's finished. And you see that? See where they're heading? So he's going to work on that. And then off they go. So let's kind of speed them up to their destination. And this doesn't take long. And then they leave it. They walk away from it because the wood has been delivered. So, no big deal. Hurry up, guys. So, slightly inefficient. And when I say slightly inefficient, I'm talking about myself. I probably should have not put down the hunting camp until they finished this. I already know that this is going to be one of those games where I will lose track of a lot of time. It'll be a game where it's going to be good to just unwind and relax and have fun. A lot like when I play City Skylines, Sim City, something along those lines. It just what's going to be fun about this is it's new for me as opposed to a game that I've been playing for years and I have much more familiarity with. This is going to be fun because there's so much that I don't know about, so much that I don't know what to do. Excellent. And off they go to finish. It's still March, so wonderful. Let's pause. A new message. So now they want us to construct a well in Burgage plots because it's going to be time to go from living in, where is it? Need to move on from living in tents to actually living in houses. So now let's do this. Before we start working on those things, we have a year in which to do that. It took us 1 month to get the basic camp going. So, wildlife, we need to be prepared for winter. So, let's do this. So, this is my hunting camp. And what I want to do is I want to assign one person
We need more workers here.
to hunt. I have lots of timber as of right now. And I am going to assign somebody to that shortly. But what I also want to do is I want to make sure that I am preserving the food that I started the game with. So in the granary, let's get 2 individuals.
Let's go, people.
And they are going to start transporting my food to the granary. Here,
Come on,
this
people. Get to work.
that person is going to be transporting tools. So I have bread, firewood, tools. They're going to start transporting that, and that takes care of 4 of the 5 individuals. So now let's have this person
We need more men at the camp.
start chopping down wood. And to see where your people are, so this is the hunting camp. And if I click on people, that line that shows him going out to hunt. Logging. Here he comes. He's going to come up the road and then he's going to go start cutting down trees. Granary, 2 people. So there are two individuals coming to get those supplies, and then one person there. While they're doing that, let's go ahead and start getting underground water. Maybe we could put a well here. Speed up just a bit. So there's my bread, tools. I do not want anything to spoil, especially since that's kind of our head start. As it stands right now, and this will not last, this can be misleading. We have 7 months worth of food. We have 32 months worth of fuel, which is firewood. That's not going to last that long because our area is going to expand and grow with more and more people. He is probably going to get yes, so meat and pelts. So important. I know it's just April, but winter will be here before you know it. Winter is coming. And I think what I'll do the next time I play this, I'll try to do a little bit more in depth into the user interface. I just want to kind of provide an introduction. And also I just want to make sure, because I've only had a small amount of exposure to this, I just want to make sure that I can get a settlement off to a good start. So where is... Well, okay. Kind of like it right
Come on,
there.
people, get to work!
Let's take somebody off of that. Now I want him to continue hunting. We have some wood, so let's take him off of chopping down timber. And the one thing I need to remember is until the ox drops off supplies there, they have nothing to construct. So that's something I need to remember. You can relocate some things. I want to relocate the hitching post for the ox because it's out in the middle of that field. I'd like for it to be closer to the road. Hitching post, relocate. Let's get it right about
Come on,
there.
people. Get to work.
A little bit better. So we have two individuals unassigned waiting to do something. So, lesson learned, I should have left them on an assignment, on their assignments until here comes the ox. And several people working on the well. That's going to go quick. Actually, by the time the other person gets here, Hans may be finished. About halfway complete. Heinz. By the time Heinz gets here, well, he's still no, he's almost finished. So Hans is almost excellent. Let's pause. Let's kick it into gear here. And what is this? Firewood. Storehouse. Okay, so I still have somebody working there. So let's max this out. Let's get two
Hey, give
individuals
us a hand over here.
hunting And then let's get,
Come on, people. Get to work.
when it does that, that means somebody is not. So let's make sure. What have I? Ah, okay. Let's take him off of the granary.
Come on, people.
So
Get to
there's
work.
two, and then my fifth person. Let's see, is there anything here that's empty? I'm going to take him off of that for right now, and let's really cut some wood.
Come
So
on, people. Get to work.
3 of my 5 cutting down, and then 2. I don't want to put down burgage plots yet. A, because it requires timber, and B, once I have houses, one or more of the men will bring in a wife, and I really want to be prepared with plenty of surplus food